Today I'm joined by another teen who's been living with type 1 diabetes, and we're going to share our experiences and challenges. If you have type 1 diabetes, know someone who does, or just want to understand it better, then you're in the right place. Let's get to it. So tell me, Ruby, when were you first diagnosed?
I was diagnosed 16th of August 2021 at 9 years old.
How did you find being diagnosed for the first time? What were you feeling?
I was quite scared because we weren't aware before. So we got asked to go in for some blood tests that day, and then later in the day we got a phone call saying that we needed to get to hospital, and the doctor on the phone sounded quite urgent. So he didn't tell us why. So I was quite scared walking into hospital not knowing what was going to come.
What were your parents thinking?
My mum was just a bit... I could see that she was trying not to look scared, but I could tell that she was just as scared as me. And my dad got told after we got admitted into the hospital because he was at work at the time.
What do you remember most about that day?
I think what I remember most is being sat in the hospital bed and the doctor shouting at my mum, saying, "Did you know that she was diabetic?" and us not having a clue what they were on about.
Why were they shouting?
They were shouting at my mum because of... So I was at 6.7. That was the heart with my ketones.
I hate it as well.
My ketones were at 6.7 and my sugars were at 38.8. So they were shouting at my mum and was like, "How have you let it to get to this point?" And mum was like, "What do you mean get to this point?" I was like, "She's diabetic. Did you not know this?" And was like, "No, I did not know this." I was like, "Oh, right."
Oh, sorry about that.
They thought that we already knew, and they were like, "How have you let it get to this point?" Which would be fair enough, but it was so scary because they didn't tell us what was going on. That's when we found out, when it was like, "Did you know that she was diabetic?" But my mum worked on the letters thing, and she was writing letters to people's family telling them how bad their diabetes had got. So my mum thought I was going to die. So she was sat there crying. She was like, "My baby's going to die." And I was just stood there. I was like, "Well, am I?"
Did you understand what was going on?
Not
really.
I just sat on the bed. Do you know when you're just in complete shock? I just sat on the bed with my hands like this while they were just finger pricking me, stabbing me everywhere. And I was just like, "What's going on?"
Just do whatever. I don't care. I don't know what's going on.
Because in the morning I was baking. I baked 48 cupcakes and didn't get one, which I was most miffed about, to be honest.
So you care more about the cupcakes?
I cared more about the cupcakes at the time because we saved 4, right? For me, my brother, my dad and my mum. Lucas and my dad, while we were in the hospital, ate them all. And I was like, "I've just had the worst day in hospital. Can I not have a cupcake?"
What's something you love about being on a pump?
I'd say not having to worry as much because of my control IQ, because I've been on the T-Slim. When I'm at 12, I know I don't have to worry about finger pricking and injection manually and figuring it out. It just does it automatically.
Has the pump ever saved you from going really low or really high, or not really?
Yeah, I think quite often with lows in PE and stuff, because obviously still being at school, with the exercise mode and control IQ suspending when I'm going down. What do you
feel when you go low?
I don't know how to explain my hypos, to be fair, because one hypo is completely different.
Yeah.
One time I'll be like, "Oh," the next one I'm like, "I want to dance, I want to boogie." And I was like, "Sit down."
Yes, it's always right, you need to sit down. But, I don't want to sit down.
I know. When I don't know why, but when I get in hypo, I get the most impulsive stuff to do. I'm like, "I want to climb a mountain today, right now." And I was like,
yes, it's always when you're low, it's right, I want to do this. I need to do this.
Right now.
Yes, it's you suddenly get that motivation out of nowhere. It's right, I'm going to clean the whole house. No, you're 2.6. Sit down.
I remember it being 5 o'clock, and obviously my dad's ADHD and he was like, "We should go climb a mountain." And I was in hyper and I was like, "Yeah, let's go now." And my mum came in and she was like, "No, sit down." And we're just like, "Let's go." It's kind of dark.
But it's also with lows, they are sometimes do you sometimes feel them more than others, or sometimes? Because I know sometimes with me, I don't feel them all the time.
I think it depends how fast I'm going into hypo. Because sometimes if I'm just like just
Yeah, like
slowly
the slow
going in.
ones, yeah.
Then I'm just like, don't feel it as much. But when I'm going, like, I've crashed from overcorrecting, I'm like, I get to like 5 and then I'm like, oh no.
Generally, it's always the fast ones. Maybe it's just because of like how fast they are. Like,
Yeah.
do you feel like the symptoms like worse with that?
Definitely, I get more shaky with them ones, and usually I'm not one to shake a lot, but I get more shaky in them ones.
So, like with school, how do like teachers react? Like, do they understand a lot, or are they sometimes a little,
Yeah, I think the majority of my teachers, because we had a conversation with school before I went into secondary school, and most of the teachers are okay with it. It's just when they're made aware, but sometimes some of the teachers just assume before asking me. Like they'll, with my Skittles, they'll try and confiscate them before asking me why have I got them. And sometimes it's a bit hard because when I am in hypos, I'm like, I don't have time to explain right now. I've just got to keep on eating.
Yeah, that's one of the main things is they always assume, and sometimes if you're in hypo, like you just can't think and just like, what are you saying? Like you can't process it. That's what I find quite a lot is I just can't process anything. And if they're like, I was once like eating like Haribo because I was like, I went low, and my teacher just came up to me like, right, you're on a chance. If you carry on, that's painful. I'm like, Miss, you've had me last year, I'm type. She's like, oh, I'm sorry. You should, if you're low, let me know if you're gonna like treat. I'm like, if I'm low, I am not going to put my hand up and wait for you to say it's okay for me to treat. Like, I will not do that. And half the time, if anyone has their hand up, it's like, oh no, put your hands down. Yeah. I'll get to you in a minute or something. It's like, there's no time for that.
Yeah, I don't like it when teachers are like, you need to ask my permission. It's like, you don't see anybody else asking permission to keep on living.
No.
But I feel like some of the teachers as well, when they try and confiscate my phone, I'm like, no, I need it. Or when I'm in hypo, I don't know if you do this, but I mumble by accident because I'm like not focusing. And then they shout at me because they're like, why aren't you answering me? But most of the teachers are okay.
Yeah, there's always that one teacher that thinks they understand it, but they don't actually.
Yeah, or when they're like, I've had plenty of diabetic students. I know exactly how you feel.
Do you?
Yeah, and it's like every person with diabetes is completely different.
You never have one that's like the same.
Yeah.
What's like the most awkward thing that's like happened with like type 1 with you?
I think it's definitely going places in public while I'm in hypo or my alarm goes off, because I feel like, especially in airports as well, when your alarm goes off, you're like looking around, just like you can see people staring at you. Or when you're in hypo and you're like eating Skittles at a restaurant and you can see people like, why has she got Skittles?
Yeah.
I feel like that's most embarrassing because you're like, I can't stop, but you sat there and you're like, I can feel people staring at me.
Yeah, there's like, it's I always find it awkward when I'm having to like open the because of course it makes a sound when you like, open it. And when you're in a restaurant, people aren't usually very happy for you to like bring like your own food and drink and stuff in. So I'm always there just like looking around before like quickly like opening it and like drinking some quickly, because I don't want them to come over and be like, oh, why are you having that? You need to like order something.
Or like Diet Coke cans.
Yeah.
Because I carry them quite a bit.
What do you feel like when you go high?
I get really warm and I feel quite sweaty and anxious and quite aggravated, because I feel like when you're high, you get like demands for like food and water, like you can't get enough water. Yeah. So I tend to have milk because I feel like that sort of counteracts it a bit, even though, you need to carb for it, which is not the best thing when you're high. But yeah, I feel quite like aggravated at stuff.
How do you find like having ketones?
Ketones, it makes me feel really ill, but sometimes I don't realise it. I go like a grey tone and I feel like I'm going to be sick, and I don't eat and stuff, but that's not the answer for it. Yeah,
ketones are always the worst because like they generally, you don't have loads on like a daily basis, so when you get like, when it does go up, I feel like it's awful.
Yeah. Especially when you're in school as well, because you just got no motivation. You're just like oh, I want to go to sleep.
Yeah, it's like, I'm just like throwing correction after correction. It's like 3 units, 4 units, and I'm just not coming down. It's like, right, do I need to get the pen out? Do I need to do an injection?
I feel like the most awkward thing is when your sugars are fine, but your ketones are up. It's like, what do I do
Yeah.
now?
Yeah, because it's like, shouldn't you like do like a bolus or something, or like a correction just to bring the ketones?
Yeah, I do, but then we struggle with my sugars going down as well. Normally I'm just like, with my doctor, I'm like, what do I do?
Yeah.
I feel like some doctors though, because once we found the pharmacy when I got newly diagnosed, my sugars were high. You know what they told me? They was like, have some sugar, make her eat some sugar, and I promise you she'll feel fine after. And I was like, are you diabetic trained? I don't feel like she's giving advice.
No. I don't think you should.
No.
That's not a very good idea at all. What kind of advice would you give someone with type 1?
You do have quite a lot of burnouts when you get to like a teenage stage, because it's hard managing it at school, especially secondary school, going out with your friends, and you want to be like more independent. But I feel like it's obviously going to be hard, but there are so many people out there with it. There are so many people in the street that you see who have Dexcoms, Libras, and I feel like definitely reach out to people, because that mostly helped me.
Yeah, because it's like if you talk to people who've had like a similar experience, then it kind of helps you understand it a bit more. Because of course not everyone's like the same,
Yeah.
but it gives you a general idea of what it could be like.
Because in family life, I don't know about you, but I don't have anybody in my family that's diabetic, so I felt quite isolated when I was like, people were asking about it, and I was very much like, I don't want people to know. But the more awareness, the less you'll feel outcasted a bit.
People say is like, oh, can you have that? And
Yeah.
it's always like, I can have it. It's just a matter of just bonusing for it.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen very often where it's like, at the moment, it's not a very good idea. It's not like I can't have it. It's like, it's not a very good idea.
Just being
like when
conscious.
you're like, like when you're high or something, it's not best idea.
Yeah.
What's one thing you struggle the most with type 1?
I'd probably say doing set changes with my pumps. I don't mind doing the cartridges because it takes 2 minutes once you get used to it, but I feel like definitely cannulas and cannula scars.
Yeah, that like sometimes they're just so painful. It's awful.
When you hit a vein, you're just like,
Or if you do one and then it's like bent or something, or if it doesn't go in properly, and so you have something to be, then all of a sudden your numbers start going up. It's like, we've just done a set change. It's like, please don't make me have to do another one. Yeah.
I ended up doing 6 cannula changes once before.
6?
Yeah, because we got up to go to London for one of the jiu-jitsu comps, and I ended up doing 6 cannulas because just none of them were going in.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah. I was like, if this doesn't go in, I'm going on injections.
Living with type 1 isn't easy, but talking about it can help a lot. If you're managing with it every day, we see you. You're not alone. And if this video helped you understand type 1 better, feel free to send it to someone who it will help. Thank you for listening to Type 1 Out Loud and being part of the conversation. Don't forget to follow Type 1 Out Loud for real talk. See you next time.